Hello, hey everyone. I am Joey Sparks, and God's mercies are new again this morning.
This morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. I woke up this morning with my mind.
As you read through John's gospel account, you may notice there are these miracles, these signs, and interwoven within those signs and attached often to those signs are sections of teachings that Jesus gave, but also those often come by way of conversations. Less sermon, more conversation in John's gospel. And one of the neat things to notice is Jesus' combination of both patience with those who are listening and around him and following him, but also his willingness to push them. It's an amazing balance that he is able to achieve, that he understands that they need time to grow and time to listen and absorb and understand what he's saying, but then they also need pushed out of their comfort zones. Chapter 6 is a clear example of that when the people come back the next day. We talked about this incident last week. They come back the next day after he feeds them and he calls them out. He says, "You're not following me because you believe me, but because you're fed." Well, you fast forward to chapter 8, and there's this section where he's taught some things, and there are some Jews that actually were willing to believe in him to a degree. So then he says this, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." We're familiar with that refrain of verse 32, I know, but consider what it means in totality when it's connected with verse 31. We must remain in his word. We keep on walking and living in his word. And that is when we are truly his disciples, his followers. And then it's then we will know the truth. And that truth is what indeed sets us free. And of course, that goes on to spark an interesting conversation with these Jews because they react with similar response to, say, that of Nicodemus when he's told to be born again in chapter 3. They say, "What do you mean free? We are free." And then he mentions their father, and they say, "What do you mean, our father? Our father is Abraham." See, he's trying to get within them enough to challenge them and to push them and to get them to open their eyes to greater truths that he came to teach and to live. So he starts by saying, you got to be my true disciple. You do that by living in my word constantly. And then you know the truth. And the truth sets you free. That means the truth is knowable. That means from our perspective, we can learn and grow in the truth. That also means that truth, when we respond and obey it, is what sets us free. Sets us free from what? It sets us free from sin. He makes that clear, verse 34. Everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin. So do you want to be enslaved constantly to sin? Or do you want to live with and dwell with the Son? That's the choice. Be enslaved or live with the Son who sets us free. May we keep going back to the gospel accounts to see this incredible life that points us to God, prepares us for him. We thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. It's our prayer that God's timeless word will be on your mind all day today.
I woke up this morning